Anyway, we've got a match on deck right now. Smash World Gaming's Orex versus Jutsu. It's going to be potentially Marth or Lucina versus Ness. Orex normally plays Peach, but does have the Fire Emblem character Marth in the pocket for matchups like these. Marth definitely does very well against Ness using that big disjoint.
Yeah, he has a lot of really good on-stage options and off-stage options, especially with that PK Thunder recovery. He can just walk off and counter and then knock Ness away. So Jutsu's going to need to be careful with how he recovers, but also how he positions himself on the stage, because there is that disjoint to worry about.
Right, and normally one of the big advantages to playing a floaty character like Ness is that you have a great aerial drift and a great air dodge to abuse. But when you're playing against a character with a giant sword, it's a lot easier to punish that air dodge than most other characters might have time with. Plus, when you're floaty, you get juggled a lot harder than other characters. It's harder to get traditional combos versus you.
Yeah.
But you also have a lot harder of a time landing because you fall so slowly. And Marth is perfect at capitalizing on that.
Yeah, definitely. As we've already seen, he's been getting a lot of really smart hitboxes while Jutsu's trying to get back down to the stage. Just like that, getting those up airs, getting, up tilts, and then keeping Jutsu in a position where he can just continue to capitalize off of his buttons.
Jutsu finally finds his feet back on the ground, and this is where he's going to be able to make up the percent, but not if Orex crosses him up like that, catches him with the backside of that down air. Now he's got stage control. Jutsu's got to fight his way in and instead catches the back hit of that up air.
Yeah, I don't agree with him putting himself in the air, like jumping and using a neutral air, especially with the way that Orex has been able to keep him in that position and then capitalize just like that. I feel like Jutsu needs to find himself on the stage more often than not, because once he's in the air, he's just going to get back down.
Right. I mean, if you're committing to the aerials first, that is a free counter hit for Marth. He's a great at whiff punishing. However, if you decide to stay grounded and force Marth to go into the air first, that makes it a lot harder for Marth. You know, I feel like as a character with Marth, you have great aerials, but you don't unlock them until you put your opponent in the air first. And if you did the jumping for them, congratulations, you've given them a lot more tools to use.
Exactly. Right there, jumping again. That down air is going to keep him in the air, but Orex decides to go for a more defensive option there and not go for the more aggression that we're used to seeing.
See, a second ago we saw Orex go for that empty hop, tried to land with a neutral air, and he got punished by Jutsu because once he committed to the aerial, guess what? It wasn't safe, and now Jutsu had an opportunity to bring it back to him.
Yeah, he's able to get that back throw, able to get that stock. Orex was a lot more defensive because he realized he was at those higher percents for the back throw. We're probably going to see a bit more aggressive Orex coming, while now he has low percents and Jutsu off the stage.
Okay, fighting his way back on with these aerials.
All right, the back air's going to get him back down, but still, he's been jumping more often than not. He keeps going for double PK fire, which I just think he should go for a grab at this point.
I think most of the time he's going for the PK fire to try to condition a jump out of Orex, and it has worked. But if you connect with the PK fire, that's the time to stop trying to condition and start taking your free punish.
Exactly. Which Jutsu just didn't catch the memo there. Once again, putting himself in the air in a very disadvantageous position is going to eat a forward air again and lose another stock. He needs to keep himself grounded and then take what he can get. Don't try to do these mix-ups that you haven't conditioned your opponent to fall for just yet. I
mean, it's really difficult when you take into consideration how strong Ness's aerials are, and without them, his ground game doesn't seem as powerful. You know, think of all of his normal grounded moves. He's got a jab, which is okay, but you have to get very close. Against Marth, not going to happen. You know, forward tilt, what even is that? You got no range on that move, and you get no benefits from hitting it. You know, up tilt, down tilt, you got to get right up next to your opponent. Ness doesn't have the best of grounded options, so he abuses his short hop aerials, having very low, very big auto cancel windows. But when you're playing against Marth, it just makes it so much harder.
He's been doing a good job so far of keeping himself grounded. He really needs to start respecting Orex coming back down to the ground. He's been going for aggressive options and getting hit by that sword more often than not.
Right, when you're trying to catch a landing Marth, the shield is your best friend. Is he going to do it to him?
Oh,
no!
He missed just barely, but that's really nice to put that fear in your opponent's head.
I loved that. Ran right through him. Orex went for the grab there, expecting a shield stop from Jutsu, but because he dashed right through, the timing was thrown off by Orex, and he was able to punish that.
cool. I love what I'm seeing from Jutsu. He's been able to space himself so much better to where even when he does approach with these aerials, he's actually hitting the mark instead of hitting air and letting Orex space him.
Double jabs, knowing that the first hit was not a tipper, so he just needs to get Jutsu out of his face, but that was a nice fade.
Orex just kind of perfect pivoting in place and then ate that back air. That was interesting.
Yeah, Jutsu crossed right through him and was able to punish with that back air. Don't do your movement for no reason. You got to be, very mindful.
Yeah, move with a purpose. Like in Melee, you don't just wave dash and neutral for no reason.
But that was a brilliant empty hop by Orex. Like I said, normally holding shield is your best friend against a character like Marth when you're trying to catch a landing. Okay, didn't want to go for the counter after he wasted his double jump, and I respect it because if you miss it, or if Ness just gets those frames where he can go straight through you, oh, that's unfortunate. Missed tech.
Missed that tech's gonna die. At high percent, so he should be dying anyway, so it's not too much. We didn't really get much percent onto Orex, and that's on his second stock.
Nice conversions from Orex, putting Jutsu up on these platforms. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Jutsu to land, but he's using them very effectively, mixing up whether he's going to that top platform or the side platform. Was able to find a way to land, but not for very long.
See, like there, I still don't agree with him going so aggressive when Orex is trying to recover down to the stage. He needs to be ready, hold shield, wait for him to approach. That's what he's doing to you.
Right, Orex has gotten away with a lot of landing down airs, which is not a safe move to throw out for your landing most of the time. Ness can definitely punish it, but he's just sitting there holding shield.
Oh, I don't agree with that, and he
again.
misses the tech, and then he loses the set.
I felt like in Jutsu's mind, that was a do-or-die moment where he saw an opportunity to go for a down air, but it wasn't really there.
Yeah.
Orex went for the early recovery in order to stuff him out, and it was another situation where he just wasn't ready to tech such a quick, strong move.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunate, Jutsu started to show some signs of adaptation in that second game, but it just wasn't enough. Orex able to capitalize very frequently. My butt hurts.